Hi, Adri. Good evening.
Hi, teacher.
Hi there. So I was just sending you the presentation that we used yesterday, and I also took advantage of the time and sent you this book. I really recommend that you read it. It's really important that you read this book for the reading section of the TOEFL test. To be honest, I would say it's the book that has helped me the most to get through the questions of the reading. And it has really good explanations of the strategies for each question type. It has good examples as well. It looks like it's very long, but most of it is examples. So, you have some time, so maybe you can try to read in, let's say, a few pages a day, let's say 5 pages a day. And I think it's really going to help you. So check it out. I would say it's a really good book for the reading part.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see, let's open our platform. Okay. So today we're going to continue working on our program. And according to what we have to see program for today, we're going to be seeing the use of the structure of used to. And we're also going to be checking some vocabulary, speaking, some expressions, and if we have some time, we can continue with something else. Okay, do you have any questions before we start today's class?
No, teacher.
All right, then let's start by listening or by seeing or watching a video. Okay, do you remember what was the last thing that we saw in the videos? What was the last thing that happened between Talia, Nick, and this whole story of the bride?
I think Talia went to a company of shoes, and she didn't found Crystal. I don't remember the name.
Okay.
Yeah, and the company is not of shoes, and she's discovering what is this.
Okay. So yes, and why did she go to see? I mean, first of all, careful, she didn't find, ¿no? Si vamos a usar didn't, ya está en el pasado, así que el verbo en su forma básica. She didn't find any Jackie Baker. But why did she go looking for Jackie Baker, and why did she go to searching this Kicks company?
Because Tony shows her business card. The business card have this information.
Exactly. And why did Nick show her this business card?
Because Tony meets a businesswoman, and she invites him to be part of a company like I don't know how to say, promocionador.
Okay, like a promoter, maybe.
Promoter, yeah. Or maybe endorsement that this company.
Exactly.
She gives him this card.
Exactly. So Nick met this woman who works for this shoe company, and she asked him to endorse the shoes. And that's why he got $100,000, I think it was, or 100,000 pounds in this case. And that's why they are talking about that. Okay. So let's watch the continuation of the story.
Shoot, my cell phone's dead. Can I use your phone for a moment?
You seem really angry. Are you gonna yell at someone?
No. Maybe. Probably.
In that case, be my guest.
Hello?
Hello, Nick. It's Talia. Remember me?
Yes, obviously.
I wasn't sure. You seem to have trouble with names and faces and facts.
Really? I used to have a good memory. I remembered you, didn't I?
Okay, let's get down to business here, Nick. I'm at the Gower building right now. There is no Jackie Baker here. There has never been a Jackie Baker here. And to make matters worse, they've never even heard of Kick Shoes.
That's ridiculous. You've got a business card. You're at the Gower building?
That's right.
But I met Jackie there. I met her there. She took me to lunch. Have you tried calling her?
I called before I came, but I got voicemail. One of those generic messages like, "The person you are calling is not available." I thought it was odd.
Look, Talia, I don't know what I can say. I'm telling the truth.
Well, someone is lying. And if you think you're going to see a favorable story on Newsline, you're wrong. Goodbye, Nick.
That was good.
Okay. So what happened here?
Talia calls Tony, and she is so angry. And then Talia says to Tony that she have troubles with the name, with the faces, and with the facts because there is not Jackie. Actually, have never been Jackie in this company. Then she says that she called before at the Jackie, and the answer is no available. Tony, he didn't know what is happening. He seems be confused, and then she decided to call off Tony. Yeah, and the secretary seems to be interesting for this.
Okay. So yes, so she says that Nick has problems with faces and facts and remembering things, right? So she says that he has problems because there is no Jackie Baker and there has never been, right? There has never been a Jackie Baker in the Gower building. Nunca ha habido, there has never been a Jackie Baker. And also, as you said, she seems very upset. She seems angry. And Nick looks confused. Right? Nick looks confused, like he doesn't know what's going on. And then she hangs up the phone. Para decir colgar, she hangs up. Hang up, she hangs up the phone. And she calls Tony. Ella llama a Tony. I'm sorry, she calls Nick. Ella llama a Nick, and she hangs up the phone. Okay. Yes, and the secretary looks interested in what's happening. She seems interested in knowing what's going on. Let's see. The first question says, why does Talia borrow the receptionist's phone?
Her cell phone isn't working.
Her cell phone isn't working. What does Talia tell Nick?
There is no Jackie Baker or Kick Shoes in this building.
Exactly. And after Talia tells Nick what she's found out, why does Nick say that's ridiculous?
He thinks that Talia is lying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. But let's play this part again.
Names and faces and facts.
Really? I used to have a good memory. I remembered you, didn't I?
Okay, let's get down to business here, Nick. I'm at the Gower building right now. There is no Jackie Baker here. There has never been a Jackie Baker here. And to make matters worse, they've never even heard of Kick Shoes.
That's ridiculous. You've got a business card. You're at the Gower building?
That's right.
But I met Jackie there. I met her there.
So why does Nick say that's ridiculous? Does he really think that Talia is lying?
He actually met Jackie Baker at the Grover building.
Exactly. He met Jackie Baker at the Gower building. So he's confused as to why there's no Jackie Baker. Now, at the end of the conversation, what does Talia do?
She wishes Nick good luck.
Wishes, you sure? Yeah, conversation.
You're going to see a favorable story on Newsline?
Telling the truth.
Well, someone is lying. And if you think you're going to see a favorable story on Newsline, you're wrong. Goodbye, Nick.
Does she really wish him good luck?
No, she warns Nick about the news story.
She warns him, le advierte. She says, if you think that you're going to see a favorable story, then you're wrong. You're not going to see something that favors you, right? So she warns Nick about the news story. Okay, that's perfect. Wonderful. Okay. What we're going to see now is the use of the expression used. So for example, in the video that we just watched, Talia is like, you seem to have a problem remembering faces and names and facts. And then Nick says this.
I wasn't sure. You seem to have trouble with names and faces and facts.
Really? I used to have a good memory. I remembered you, didn't I?
He's like, really? I used to have a good memory. I remember you, didn't I? So I used to have a good memory. Do you know why he's using that expression? I used to have a good memory. Why is he not saying I had a good memory or I have a good memory?
I used to is like I usually also, yeah.
Yes, it's like I usually for the past, right? So yes, used to is actually used when we're talking about past habits. Remember that the way that it works in English, when we talk about the present, when we talk about routines and habits and things that we usually do in the present, like let's say that every day I get up at 6 a.m., I go to work, and then I come back at 5 p.m. So every day I get up, I go to work, I come back. I am using the simple present to get up, come back, go to work, because I'm talking about routines, things that I do continuously, things that I do as a habit, as a routine. Now, if I want to talk about a past action, there are many ways to talk about past actions. It depends on what I'm talking about. If I want to talk about something that was completed in the past only once at a specific point in time, then I'm going to use the simple past. For example, let's say in 2020, I started working for Executive English, let's say. So I started working for Executive English in 2020. I'm using the simple past because I'm talking about one specific fact that happened at one specific time in point in time in 2020. And it's something that was completed, right? It was something that only happened once. When I was 10, I fell from the stairs. Me caí de las escaleras una vez en un tiempo específico, so simple past. But what happens if I want to talk about things that I used to do in the past continuously as a routine? If I talk about routines in the past and things that I had or that I used to do, then I have to use used to. So when I was a kid, I used to watch television with my dad every Saturday night. So I'm talking about a past action when I was a kid. So let's see, this is our timeline. This is the present tense. This is now. So when I was a kid here in the past, I used to watch television with my father every Saturday morning. So throughout my entire childhood, every Saturday morning, every Saturday night, all of these are Saturday, 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 Saturday. I used to do this repeatedly as a habit, right? As a routine, como una rutina. So I'm not talking about a completed action that only happened once. I'm talking about something that I used to do as a routine every Saturday night. So something that I did many, many times as a routine or as a habit. And that's when we use this structure of used to. So let's take a look at this presentation. Okay. So we have used. For example, did you play any sports when you were a kid, when you were a little child?
Yeah, a little bit of volleyball.
Okay, you played volleyball. So you can technically say, I played volleyball as a child. I played volleyball as a child. But if you think about it, if you actually practice this sport, si practicabas este deporte, you probably did it more than once, right? It's not like you played volleyball only once. You played volleyball as a routine because it's something that you needed to practice many, many times, maybe a week or maybe every Saturday, maybe every weekend, maybe once a month. So it's something that you did many times as a routine. So you can technically say I played volleyball as a child, but to be more precise, you would have to say I used to play volleyball as a child. Because we're talking about something that you did as a routine in the past. The simple present is preferably going to be used when we talk about specific events that only happened once in the past. For example, if I say, let's say when I was a kid, every year there used to be let's say a volleyball competition in my neighborhood. So when I was a kid, every year there used to be a volleyball competition in my neighborhood. Once I played volleyball and my team won. So here you can see the difference. En la primera parte, cuando era niño, cada año solía haber una competición de voleibol. There used to be a volleyball competition in my neighborhood. I'm using the simple past because I'm talking about, I'm using used to, estoy usando used to, because I'm talking about something that happened many times in the past. It happened as a routine every year, cada año, many, many times in the past. No? But if you look at the other one, once, una vez, uno de estos años, I played volleyball and my team won. Entonces, este I played volleyball, ahora sí estoy utilizando el simple past en ambos. ¿Por qué? Porque estoy hablando de un punto en específico en el tiempo, un solo año, una acción completada en un solo año. Es un punto, ya no son líneas continuas en el tiempo, sino es solamente una vez, un punto específico. So once I played volleyball and my team won. Una vez. Entonces, en esta oración no significa que yo practicaba voleibol, sino que simplemente jugué una vez en esta competencia. Tal vez no practicaba, tal vez no sabía cómo jugar, pero solo una vez. En cambio, si digo, I used to play volleyball when I was a kid, that means that you used to practice volleyball as a sport. So you used to play regularly. So that is the main difference between the simple past and the used to. Esa es la diferencia principal entre el pasado simple, I played volleyball, y el used to, I used to play volleyball. Los dos son pasados, pero uno se refiere a una rutina, algo que hacíamos continuamente, regularmente, y el otro a un evento específico, completado en un punto específico de tiempo. ¿Se entiende más o menos la diferencia entre ambos?
Yeah, but I have a question with the verb be. I used to be, es como solía haber, pero
Ah.
be es haber.
Ok, eso es interesante. Si dices I used to be, significa yo solía ser, o yo solía estar. Por ejemplo, I used to be very thin. Yo solía ser muy delgado. Pero lo que yo escribí es there used to be a competition. Ahora, ¿por qué estoy diciendo there used to be? Este there used to be simplemente es un tiempo verbal del there is y there are. ¿Sabes qué es el there is y there are? Do you know what those are?
Yeah, es I para
Sí.
singular y plural.
Es I para singular y plural, ¿no? El verbo haber. Entonces, pero es en presente, porque el verbo to be, si te fijas, está en presente. There is, there. Pero si yo quiero, lo puedo poner en pasado. There was, there were. Si yo quiero, puedo poner en futuro también. There will be. Lo puedo poner en presente perfecto. There have been. Lo puedo poner en, no sé, presente continuo, ¿no? Aunque no se podría, sino there had been. Pasado perfecto. Y en este caso lo que yo hice es ponerlo en el tiempo used. There used to be. Simplemente conjugar este there is en un tiempo pasado, pero para hablar de hábitos. Solía haber. There used to be a competition every year. ¿No? Entonces es el there is, pero en este tiempo del used. There used to be. Igual que diría there will be, ¿no? Or there was, pero there used to be en el pasado.
Y podría ser también there used to was, ¿o no hay sentido?
No tiene sentido porque después del used to, y esto vamos a ver ahorita en gramática, después del used to siempre va a ir la forma básica del verbo. Basic form of the verb. Entonces la forma básica del verbo to be es be, ¿no? No es ni is, ni are, ni was, sino es be. Entonces cualquier verbo que vayamos a usar después del used to va a estar en su forma básica. There used to be, I used to have, I used to do, I used to drink, I used to play. Siempre la forma básica.
Okay.
Yeah. And tell me, what didn't you like doing when you were a child?
Maybe I didn't like eat vegetables.
Okay, you didn't like to eat vegetables. Muy bien, you didn't like to eat vegetables. Puedes decir así, no me gustaba comer vegetales. O también podemos decir, I didn't used to like eating vegetables, por ejemplo, or to eat vegetables. Pero en este caso, en el negativo no hay problema, ambos están bien. Ok, ahora vamos a verlas. Entonces, por ejemplo, lo que te decía, ¿no? When I was a child, I played basketball. Maybe we're talking about once, una vez. But what if I say, when I was a child, I used to play basketball. So now we're talking about a routine. We're talking about something that you did regularly. You used to practice basketball as a sport. So you did it many times. You did it regularly. You didn't just do it once. Right? So we're talking about past routines. Let's say, I used to hate eating cheese when I was a child. Solía odiar comer queso cuando era un niño. I used to hate eating vegetables when I was a child. So you can also use used to talk about, well, it's the same, right? Entonces, cada vez que comías queso o que comías vegetales, te gustaba. Entonces, you used to hate, solías odiar. Lo mismo que el solía o solías en inglés, en español. Ahora, let's see the structure. ¿Cómo formamos el used to? En oraciones afirmativas es bastante simple. Siempre es used to. Primero va un sujeto, obviamente, un sujeto, la persona de la que estamos hablando. I, you, he, she, they, my grandma, my father, my relatives, these people, my friends, my dogs, whatever, la persona o la cosa de la que estamos hablando. Luego el used to. Y luego, como te decía, la forma básica del verbo principal. Entonces, I used to be fat. La persona, el used to, y luego el verbo en su forma básica. I used to be fat. Cualquier persona aplica lo mismo. Como es pasado, no hay que conjugar ni nada. He used to work here. Ella solía trabajar aquí. They used to come every other day. Solían venir cada un día intercalado. Entonces, sujeto, used to, y luego el verbo en su forma básica. Is it okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. What about this when we have negative sentences? When we have negative sentences, you need to remember that this used to, en realidad este used to es el pasado del verbo use, ¿no? Es igual que el verbo usar, used. Obviamente no se traduce como usar, ¿no? No es yo usaba ser, pero sí es ese verbo en realidad el que se utiliza. Y en pasado, use, used. Entonces, para conjugarlo en negativo, esto es muy importante para el spelling, porque al pronunciar no se escucha. Pero al escribir, como ya vamos a tener el negativo del pasado, I didn't, entonces el verbo ya no tiene que estar en pasado. Es decir, ya no tengo que decir used, sino solo used. I didn't use to like, or I didn't use to, well, no solía ver televisión. Entonces, esto es muy importante. Para formar el pasado, utilizamos didn't o did not, como cualquier pasado simple. Y después del did or did not, como ya tenemos el did en pasado, el verbo use ya no tiene que estar con la de en pasado, sino en presente. I didn't use to watch TV. I didn't use to eat fruit. She didn't use to be so nice. My dad didn't use to be so present. So, didn't use to. Entonces, el negativo es parecido al pasado simple, pero, bueno, es el pasado simple en realidad, ¿no? Pero se utiliza el used to sin la de, no como en el positivo, en la afirmativo. ¿Ok? Entonces, ese es el negativo. I didn't use to eat fruit. She didn't use to come late. She didn't use to watch a lot of TV, or whatever it is that we want to say. And for the questions, para las preguntas funciona igual, exactamente igual que el pasado simple. Empezamos con el auxiliar, did, luego tenemos la persona. Then we have used to, and then we have the verb in the base form, ¿no? El verbo en su forma básica. Igual que las preguntas en pasado simple, ¿no? Por ejemplo, did you work? Did you used to work? Did you see? Did you used to see? Did you play basketball? Did you used to play basketball? Entonces, did, el auxiliar, luego la persona, you, I, he, she, we, para todas las personas did se mantiene. El used to que siempre se mantiene así también sin la D, porque aquí ya está conjugado en el pasado, ¿no? Como aquí ya está pasado, el used to no tiene que estar pasado otra vez. Y luego el verbo en su forma básica. Did you used to go? Did you used to play? Did she used to come? Did he used to sing? Did we used to be? Whatever verb that you want to use. Entonces, básicamente funciona igual que el pasado simple. No hay mucha diferencia en cuanto a eso. So what do you think? Is it okay so far?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So which of the statements are true for you? When you were little, did you used to play with toys?
Yeah, I used to play with my brother's toys.
Okay. What was your favorite toy when you were a kid?
I think, I don't know how to say, toys of lucha libre.
Okay. You can say maybe boxing toys.
Yeah, boxing toys.
Okay. Nice. How many brothers do you have?
3 others and 1 little.
Okay. And all of them are male?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so you must be the favorite then.
I think everybody think that.
Yeah, the only girl. Did you used to be very noisy when you were little?
No, I think I used to be very calm. Yeah.
You used to be very calm, very quiet. Right. Did you used to eat a lot of vegetables?
No, I used to eat a lot of fast food, maybe.
Okay. Do you eat more vegetables now?
Yeah, I love.
You love vegetables now?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you used to travel a lot?
Yeah, maybe, but no abroad. But yes, I used to travel a lot when I was child.
Okay, when you were a child. All right. Do you travel now? Do you like traveling?
Maybe the end of the year, every year, but not in middle of the year or in the beginning, maybe.
Okay, good. Yeah, because you must be busy, right, with university and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you used to be afraid of ghosts?
I didn't used to be afraid because I had 3 brothers, so it's more like curious, maybe.
Okay. So yeah, probably used to be afraid of ghosts. Did you used to be afraid of clowns?
No.
No, only ghosts. Okay. Did you used to read comics?
Yeah, I used to read comics.
What comics did you used to read?
I think I remember The Walking Dead, something maybe superheroes too, Chavo del Ocho. Yeah.
Great. And you read the comics. You didn't actually see them.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. Did you used to play with cars?
Yeah. I love
Okay.
cars.
Did you used to beat boys?
What is Beat Boys?
Beat means golpear.
Maybe. I know how to say torpe.
You can maybe say, I don't know, clumsy.
Yeah, maybe. I used to be clumsy girl.
Okay. Well, you didn't, I don't think you used to live in Togliatti. This must be in Italy, in Italy, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have for you. So do you have any questions so far?
No, no, teacher.
Okay. Let's see, we have some pictures here that complete these sentences. So what about her? What could you say about her?
She used to play violin, but now she used to bake a bicycle. Not bicycle, is motorcycle.
Motorcycle, yes, a motorcycle. Okay, so she used to play the violin, but now, if we're talking about now in the present, we can use used to, right? So she used to play the violin, but now she rides a big motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Johnny?
He used to maybe buy fast food, but now he is a healthy person.
Okay, so yeah, he used to buy a lot of fast food, now he's a healthy person. It also seems that he used to be very lazy and now maybe he's more hardworking. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here in the book for you. First, let's see the grammar explanation.
Hi again. It's me, Emily, your grammar coach. You know, I haven't always been a grammar teacher. In fact, I used to be a student, just like you. But I'm not a student anymore. Now I help students learn English. And today, I'm going to help you understand and use the expression used to.
Right, so for example, she says, I used to be a student just like you, but now I am a grammar coach. Yeah, she used to be a student. As it says, we use used to plus the base form of the verb to talk about past habits or past situations that are not true anymore. Things that we used to do in the past habits, past situations that are not true anymore. For example, the receptionist says, Jacob Banker used to work here. So this Jacob Banker used to work there, but he doesn't work there anymore. And it's something that he did repeatedly, right? It's not like he worked there for one moment and then he went away. Used to always has the past meaning, but we only use it for something that happened regularly. We can't use it for something that happened only one time in the past. We need to use it for things that happen regularly. For one-time past events, we use a simple past tense. Talia Sonic yesterday. So this is something that happened only once. Talia Sonic yesterday once. So we can't say Talia used to see Nick yesterday, right? We can say Talia used to see Nick every day when they were in college, for example, because it happened regularly. But we can say Talia used to see Nick yesterday, right? So we have that explanation. And then it says to talk about things that did not happen regularly, we can use the negative form, didn't used to. John didn't used to be a reporter, he was a researcher, like Talia. Notice that there is no D at the end of the use. So in this case, use has no D because we already have that conjugation in the past for the auxiliary. More often, we use never used to instead of didn't used to. This is also another really important thing. A veces, en vez de decir, I didn't used to watch a lot of TV, podemos decir, I never used to watch a lot of TV. Igual que en el presente, ¿no? I don't watch a lot of TV. I never watch TV. Entonces podemos usar ese never también. John never used to go to soccer games, but now he goes all the time. Nunca solía ir a a partidos de fútbol, pero ahora sí. And to ask questions, we use this structure. Did you used to? Did he used to? Did she used to? Again, notice that there is no D at the end of the use. Did John used to like soccer when he was younger? Did John used to? There's no D. So that is what we have here. I think we're not missing anything. Is it okay with this explanation more? Do you have any questions now?
No, not teacher. Maybe in the past, and I never used to. I never used with D.
With D.
Okay.
Because we don't have the did, right? Le quitamos la D cuando tenemos el did. Igual que en el pasado simple, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, decimos I saw, pero si lo hacemos negativo, decimos I didn't see. Ya no ponemos saw otra vez porque el did ya está conjugado en pasado. Lo mismo pasa acá. Si tiene el did, entonces no va a ir la D. Pero si no tiene el did, sí necesita estar el verbo en pasado. Depende mucho de eso.
Okay.
Yeah. So please give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, thanks. So that's what we have here, used. And aside from that, we also have indefinite pronouns, but I think we can do that tomorrow. Let's see some vocabulary, shall we? Okay. So in the video, the receptionist asked Talia, are you going to yell at someone? When she borrows the phone, right? When she borrows the phone, the receptionist is like, are you going to yell at someone? Is that what you want the phone for? So yell is a verb that describes a way of speaking, right? A way of saying something. Now we have some other verbs that also describe other ways of saying things. These are really important first, to be honest, and it's a vocabulary that people don't normally see, but it is very used. So we're going to see some other ways of saying, or of other ways of describing how to talk, how to speak. So for example, we have holler, it's a verb. Do you know what it means?
No. I don't know.
Okay, so holler is basically a synonym of yell. Es lo mismo que yell, que gritar, holler. Usually, when you're mad, usualmente cuando uno está enojado. So to shout loudly. Shout es lo mismo también, gritar. Shout loud. Tenemos shout, yell, holler. So for example, mom hollered at me to come down to dinner. So she hollered at me, me gritó, right? She yelled at me. Entonces, to yell, to holler, to shout. Okay, then we have a scream, otro que significa lo mismo. Scream, do you know what it means?
Yeah, it's gritar, but I think holler is like gritar, but elevar la voz, but scream is when you are scared or something like this.
Yes. Holler es cuando dices algo, ¿no? It's like yell. Por ejemplo, in the video, the receptionist says, are you going to yell at someone? ¿Vas a gritarle a alguien? Pero no va a ser un grito así sin decir nada, ¿no? De, no. So, Talia was yelling at Nick. Talia was hollering at Nick, ¿no? Talia le estaba gritando, Talia was hollering, Talia was yelling at Nick. Entonces, estaba diciéndole algo alzando la voz, como dices. Pero scream es un grito sin decir nada, ¿no? Un grito usualmente como una reacción a algo. So to make a loud, high noise with your voice, or shout something loudly because you're hurt, frightened, excited, afraid, scared, right? You scream. When the truck almost hit us, Monica screamed, "Look out!" So it's usually as a reaction of something, ¿no? Usualmente es una reacción a algo. No es hablar fuerte, sino es un grito de reacción. Obviously, it can be something, right? Maybe like, help me. That can be a scream, right? Because you're reacting to some situation. Entonces, eso es la diferencia entre scream y howl. And then we also have shout, which is the same. But usually shout es positivo. No sé por qué. Scream es usualmente un grito negativo. No sé por qué hay tantos verbos para gritos. Pero scream usualmente es una reacción negativa a algo, ¿no? Y shout no necesariamente. Más bien shout se utiliza con una connotación más positiva. Entonces es un grito también de reacción, pero para algo bueno. Por ejemplo, the announcer shouted, "Goal, goal, goal," when the team scored. Entonces, por ejemplo, I don't know, maybe in parties, people shout, right? La gente grita, pero no es un grito negativo de miedo, sino es un grito de emoción. So shouting, to shout, is something more positive than screaming. Screaming is negative, shouting has a more positive connotation. Howler es lo mismo que yelling. Howler es lo mismo que yell, pero es cuando dices algo, ¿no? Como por ejemplo, como lo estaba haciendo Talia a Nick. So, Talia was yelling at Nick, Talia was howling at Nick. So, yes. Is it okay? ¿Se entiende?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have kind of the opposite, to mumble. Do you know what it is?
Murmurar.
Exacto, es como murmurar, pero también es cuando uno no habla muy claro, ¿no? A veces, por ejemplo, uno no sabe la respuesta a algo y habla dentro de, o sea, sin que se escuche. That's mumbling as well. Murmurar es más como cuando lo haces a propósito para que las otras personas no te escuchen, ¿no? Entonces, si yo le quiero decir un secreto a otra persona, you're murmuring something. I am going to murmur my address, let's say, or I'm going to murmur a secret, ¿no? Entonces, lo estoy haciendo a propósito. Pero mumble es más bien cuando no quieres que se escuche algo y lo dices muy suave. Entonces, to say something too quietly or not clearly enough for someone to understand. Entonces, if you ask somebody a question, hey, can you tell me your name? And that person doesn't really want to give you or tell you his name, then maybe they're going to start mumbling. So they're going to say something so quietly, not clearly enough for someone to understand. So mumble, and also it happens accidentally. Sometimes when like we have problems expressing something, you can say, I'm just mumbling, ¿no? Simplemente estoy diciendo cosas sin sentido, So murmuring is when you say something quietly so that other people don't hear, but you want somebody to hear what you're saying. And mumbling is when nobody can understand what you're saying because you're nervous and you don't know how to express the idea, or maybe because you just don't have that attitude of saying something. She mumbled her address, so I had to ask her to say it again. She mumbled her address, or she didn't say it clearly. He softly murmured her name. So in this case, it was intentional, no, intencionalmente. In this case, it was probably an accident, and she mumbled her address. It wasn't just clear. Esa es la diferencia entre mumbling y murmur. Is it okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. And matter is to speak in a quiet voice, especially when you're complaining about something but you don't want other people to hear you. So matter is the same as murmuring, but it's usually used for when you're saying something that you don't want, something negative, right? That you don't want other people to hear. So it's like matter. I don't know. I don't think there's a word in Spanish for that. I don't know, but it's It's just like that. It's kind of the same as murmuring, but it's usually negative as well. Because murmuring can have a positive connotation as well. But muttering is usually negative. So when you're complaining, maybe you're talking something negative or you're saying something negative about someone who's there, so you're muttering about something. Nina left the office muttering about how much she hated her job. She was in the office, she didn't want people to hear what she was saying, but she was muttering about how she hated the job. She was complaining. This mutter, yell, more. And finally, we got whisper. Whispering, do you know what it means?
Susurrar.
También susurrar. So to speak or to say something very quietly using your breath rather than your voice. It's against the rules even to whisper in the library. So, susurrar. You're like, hey, can you give me the, I don't know, can I borrow this book? So you're whispering because you're in a quiet place, or you're in a place where you're not supposed to speak. It can also be silbar, ¿no? Ah, no, es whistle, me estoy confundiendo. Whistle. So whistle es silbar. No, whisper, susurrar. Whistle, silbar.
Okay.
Okay, whispers, whispering. Okay. So let's see if we can, it says, when you're sure you understand all the verbs, for each verb below, decide whether it refers to saying something loudly or softly. Choose the correct answer. So was Holler referring to saying something loudly or soft?
Loudly.
Loudly, like yelling. Murmur?
Softly.
Softly. Shout?
Loudly.
Loudly. Whisper?
Softly.
Softly. Yell?
Loudly.
Loudly. Scream?
Loudly.
Loudly. Mutter?
Softly.
Softly. Mumble?
Softly.
Softly. So let's check our answers. And yes, that's correct. That's perfect. Later, right? Okay, so that was the vocabulary we had for this lesson. Is it okay? Do you have any questions about this or anything else so far?
No, not teacher.
Okay, let's see. Okay, then. So today I will be assigning you practice for the vocabulary we did, practice for the grammar we did, and some listening as well, probably some reading. Okay, am I assigning you this for tomorrow before class? Let's see. And remember that on Thursday we have our quiz. That's where we're going to finish seeing the content that we have to review. And on Thursday we'll be having our second exam, our second test.
Okay.
Right. So what do you think, Adri? Do you have any questions before we go today?
No, no teacher. Everything's fine.
Okay, I can also send you this presentation for you to. All right. And also don't forget to check out the book for the reading that I sent. You'll find it really useful.
Okay.
Okay, Adri, so please don't forget today's daily survey on your way out. And I will be seeing you tomorrow in class.
Okay, teacher. No. Thank you. See you later.
See ya.